Best of r/Tales from Tech Support episode 19. TL. Doctor, we were set on a journey to restore communications. Dunes were needed to be climbed, lakes to be crossed, walls to be circumvented, tunnels to be crawled through. $me, obvious. $co-worker, wouldn't fit. $co-worker 2, called in from another job. $boss, oh yes, but of course we do that too. Wait, I'll make you an offer. $building 1, on the dam side, has proper internet/1 connection. $building 2, in the valley, hasn't $internet/1 connection. 15 years ago. $boss, I have had a meeting with $or biggest client. They are complaining about network speed in $building 2. Yes, I know these are less than 100 meters apart, but somehow $ISP is not capable of getting decent 1/internet at $building 2. We need to have fiber between $building 1 and $building 2. $me, exactly how is that going to happen? As far as I know, nothing is buried in there somewhere. I don't know of any feed-throughs in there. $boss, that is why we are going to make one. Wait, what? $me, so you mean we are going to dig a ditch and put some tubing in there? If he says yes now, I'll put in my 2 weeks notice. Definitions of IT work have been stretched before by him, but not this far. $boss, no, you are funny. No, I'm not, considering what you have making us do so far, sir. $boss, according to these drawings there is a small tunnel thingy between the buildings. We should be able to use that. Or they. $me, the switch closet is on the front of $building 1. Do we have a path through the building somewhere, since $building 2 is located at the back? $boss, I was thinking of feeding it under the building. Right, I see a shitty job coming. $building 1 is located some 150 feet away from $building 2. The pavement on the front is also 10 feet above the pavement at the back, as it is built on the side of a dam. So, we set off. First, finding a way from the front of $building 1 to the back. A floor panel is opened up. I see sand. Lots of sand. I go down and crawl my way down about 10 feet over a stretch of 40 feet. Looking back up, it is like a dune is in the downside of the building. I see some movement. Great, they have pets too. NSFW. I reach a concrete wall of the foundation. Luckily there's a hole I can fit through. On to the next barrier. Another wall. Bricks this time. Ah, this is already the outer wall. So far so good. Now find the hatch to the tunnel they were talking about. Okay, open the hatch. I see a tunnel indeed, 4 feet high, 4 feet wide. NSFW. I also see water. Crawling/climbing my way back. $me, kind of moist in the tunnel. $boss, pardon? $me, at some places there's 4 inches of water in there. $boss, so? We hang the tubing from the side anyway. What is the problem? Never mind. Why am I expecting any empathy from you? $co-worker, how's everything else down there? $me, tight, dark and wet. It's your lucky day, I guess. It is time for $co-worker to drill some holes through concrete floors, as the switch/server closet in $building 1 was conveniently on the top floor of this 5-story building. I cannot imagine what we would look like both having drilled dust and mud all over us. Feed tubing until under the building. More sand, crawling and wet pants later, about halfway in the tunnel. Try and stand for half an hour in a 4 feet tunnel. You'll lose. Another wall. No holes. No hatches. NSFW. Wait. What is that near the corner? Looks like that wall doesn't go all the way into the ground. There's some space underneath. Let's see how it looks from the other side. Crouching/crawling back. I look indeed like I have been buried and dug up now. $me, found another wall. It's not on your drawing. $boss, impossible. $me, may I invite you to see for yourself? $boss quickly shuffles out of the way. Not sure because of my muddy state or the expression on my face when gnashing this to him. $co-worker, now what? $me, I think the best option is to see from the other side. How is the situation? Maybe we are lucky. Cue me going under in $building 2 through an even smaller floor hatch, crawling in the direction where the tunnel should be. This building has an entirely different foundation. Concrete pillars with open space here. I'm expecting to hit a wall of earth any moment when I see water. Not a puddle this time. Groundwater, some 10 feet wide. Behind that, a wall with space underneath. Definitely, NSFW. This is going to take some serious doing. I didn't bring my swimming trunks, not to mention it is near freezing point. If we had waited a few more weeks I could have crawled over the ice and $$ and $. Crawling my way back, I explained the situation. $me, more fun, more water, and it is cold. We need to do this quickly before my hands go completely numb. $co-worker, NSFW. $boss, stares at shoes. $me, $co-worker, how many standard plastic tubes do you have with you? $co-worker, I'll check in the van. I have no idea, wasn't expecting this. $me, $boss, I'll need another guy here. Tell him to bring his boots and wear old clothing. $co-worker comes back with 3 tubes. That will do, they are 6 feet each. I put some connectors in between and tape them off thoroughly. $me, okay, what I will do is try and pry this thing under the wall from the $building 2 side. If $co-worker 2 can pick it up from $building 1 side, we can pull the feeding tube through and keep it somewhat dry. Have you ever tried to keep something 12 feet long made of plastic stable horizontally? I did, and I thought I was working for the circus. Later on in my career at this company, it turned out there wasn't that much difference. $me, I landed the tubes on the sand your end. I'll push it through. Whenever you see it, just pull it in. $co-worker 2, okay, I see it, here we go, got it. Thus feeding the feeding tube underneath the wall, under $building 2, into the server/wiring closet of $building 2, which was conveniently at the top floor in the middle of the building. 2 times lucky though this time. There was an elevator shaft we could use since we were pulling fiber, no risk of EMF interference. The rest was rather uneventful. Put the fiber connectors on, put them into the switches on both ends, let there be blink and lighten. Thank you. Next, I was hired at the company I work for as a second-line desk-side engineer during a Windows 7/Wise terminal to Windows 10 migration. The company I was hired by is a subsidiary of a larger company, but during this migration, they also wanted file servers, application servers, print servers, desk phones, mobile phones, O365/AD directories, and all hardware migrated to the parent company standards. Big job, but okay. Sounds like fun. We had 12 months to migrate 23 sites across the country, each with between 100-200 machines, some of which were shared machines with multiple users. The first site was the easiest. We wrote some simple batch scripts to back up and restore any data stored locally, but all the hardware was brand new, so we just ripped out all the old stuff and replaced the lot. After that it was a little bit more time consuming. We had to register all the assets we removed, diagnose any faults, repair them and re-image every machine, allocate them to a user and install any specific software each user needed in time for the next site migration. Each site took us around a week to complete, and we usually had a gap of around 2-3 weeks between sites. It took a little longer than we had hoped, but we managed to get it done in roughly 14 months. Now it is time to relax and just work on day-to-day issues and smaller projects. Or so we thought. 2 weeks after we finished migrating the final site over to the parent company standards, we got the email through. The parent company has sold us to a new parent company. This decision was very hush-hush until they were ready to make the announcement. Nobody within IT had any idea this was about to happen, and they want us to start migrating all our sites over to the new parent company immediately. At least I'll be busy for the next 12 months again, I suppose. Thank you. Next. End user has an alternate workplace agreement and is working from home and decided to move to another office because she was lonely working from home, but the Wi-Fi isn't great. EU. Hey, I work in this office and I'm getting really bad signal. How can I set up a range extender like I have at home? Me. Well, I can definitely try help you set it up. Do you have it with you? And do you have access to the router? EU. No, I don't have it with me and I don't know how I would set it up to this network I'm at here in this office. Me. I would reach out to the owner of the office and see if they can fix the bad Wi-Fi signal in the office that you're paying for. EU. Oh, well, they asked me to pay a certain amount if I wanted Wi-Fi and I figured I could just get on someone else's Wi-Fi and just use theirs. Me. You want me to set up a range extender on someone else's Wi-Fi that you didn't pay for? EU. There's no password on it, why can't I just use it? Me. Because that's stealing Wi-Fi, and you're connecting to a government VPN from an untrusted network because you don't want to pay the building manager for Wi-Fi, or pay to get service for yourself. EU. So I can't do that? Me. Absolutely not. Never mind the fact that we loan out hotspots for users who work remotely all the time, and this person makes enough money to rent out another office because she was tired of being alone at home but can't be bothered to spend 60-ish bucks to get internet legally. Thank you. Next. Hi, back with another story. Whoa, legitimately did not expect to still be in this job. I was so close to being out of here I could taste it. I had a soft verbal offer from a hiring manager for an information security position that, as of yesterday, HR informed me they chose to go with someone else at the last minute. Drat. Oh well, my loss is your gain. Here's a new story. Not a big drama fest, but a groaner nonetheless. Here we go. Special parts are needed for several computer labs to be in compliance with federal requirements. I have to be a bit circumspect about this, but parts have been on order for weeks. They are to arrive the morning of the last possible day we have to change over. I have had 6 directors breathe down my neck for weeks about getting this done. I nearly memorized the tracking numbers at this point. After receiving the parts, and then taking them to said computer lab 7 buildings away, I informed, via email, all management that I was taking care of this very dire issue on the last possible day before compliance cuts off. Estimated 5 hours to run all necessary wiring across multiple labs. So, picture me, on a ladder, running wiring in rafters, and hear radio chatter and got him by security outside of the lab I was working in. Yes, I was being escorted, once again, back to the head office, for a mysterious computer issue. It must be huge. Apparently $site director themselves commanded security to pull me away from this time-sensitive project. 20 minutes later, we arrive at the office in question. $user. Hi $Pukeforest. My scanner doesn't work. $me. Presses power button. Scanner starts up, try it now. $user. Skeptically feeds paper in, with IRO. That seems to have fixed it. $me. Clenching teeth, please remember that little trick from now on. I had a strongly worded email in draft for $site director, but I deleted it. Thank you. Next. This morning, my neighbor called me over to fix her computer. She said that it won't allow her to save files and documents she was trying to download. I took a look at it and the C disk is almost full with only like 15 megabytes left. Not a big problem. I just run a disk cleanup and then change the browser's file save location to disk D, which have about 43 gigabytes left. After that, I told her everything should work now and she just need to open up D disk instead of C when she downloaded something. Lo and behold, she demands I change everything back because she stored lots of work documents on C. I tried to explain to her but she refused to listen. In the end, I just switched back the file save location of her Google Chrome. Wonder how long that 3 gigabytes of space from C disk I've managed to free up will last her. Thank you. Next. A short one here today. At my job, one of the ways users can submit tickets is via email. The first line is take it in turns to monitor the mailbox. This one such day it was me monitoring it. We got an email in from one of our users. You know that one user whose name you always see on tickets? And every time it's something stupidly simple, yet somehow the ticket still ends up taking ages to resolve. The user with that name the entire desk knows. Yeah, it was that user. Paraphrasing a bit, she sent the following. User, please see the attached spreadsheet. I would like to remove the 2 links screenshotted below. Please remove these links without corrupting the document. Many thanks. Yes, she actually highlighted it in bold. The user had included multiple screenshots of her selecting these links, including the dialog box which gave the user the option to break link. She had literally sent us a screenshot of her a button press away. I replied, me, hello user, Please can you advise why you are unable to remove these yourself using the break link button in the last screenshot? I got the reply back. User, I was worried about corrupting the document if I did that. Can you confirm that's safe for me to do? What? So I told her she'd be fine. A couple of other things to note. The place we are contracted for use is a cloud storage system, which she had saved the document in, which saves the last 100 versions of any file stored in it. Even if she had corrupted it, there would be nothing stopping her from going back to version from before she removed the links. She's also been in this position for well over a decade. While speaking to my senior, we really questioned why in 2019 we didn't treat good knowledge of IT the same way we treat a good grade in English or mathematics when it came to filling job roles. Although I suppose if we did I could be out of a job. Thank you. Next. This story revolves around a site manager at a smaller site out of town. You know the type that I am talking about. He is the king of his small hill and it is critically important that he has the latest and greatest everything including his iPhone. Now our company policy is that you can ask that your company owned iPhone get replaced every 2 years, but that is not good enough for our king of the small and hill. MGR, I need to replace my iPhone. Me, what is wrong with it? MGR, nothing. I just want it replaced with the new model that just came out. Me, check his recent upgrade date. He just joined the company last year, so of course, we got him a brand new one 9 months ago. I am sorry we have issued you a new phone 9 months ago and we only upgrade iPhones every 2 years. I will send you a copy of the policy if you wish to take it up with your boss. So I basically send him the employee handbook and list the page number and section of the phone policy. This might have been a bad move. Fast forward 2 weeks later. MGR. I need to replace my phone and I just opened up a help desk ticket. Me, MGR, we just went over this. We cannot replace your phone. You, MGR, you don't understand. It is damaged. I accidentally dropped it. Me, oh well that is different. Policy states that the company will replace an accidentally damaged phone one time for the employee with regional managers approved. MGR, yes. And before you ask, I have already talked to the regional manager and he has approved the replacement. I am forwarding you his email. Well now that was odd of him to give me everything I need abiding by the very letter of the policy. Awfully suspicious. I document everything. We buy him the new iPhone model. Fast forward about 45 days. MGR. I need to replace my phone and I just opened up a help desk ticket. Me. Wait what? You just got a new phone. MGR, yeah I know. I was walking through the rain and ran through the rain coming off the building in buckets and got the phone wet. B. Come to find out for the second breakage of an iPhone the employee is required to 1. Pay for half of the iPhone replacement cost. That is like $500 out of his own pocket. And 2. Add insurance to their phone that they reimburse the company for every month. In the event of it happening a third time, there will at least be insurance on the phone to handle the issue. He hit the roof when corporate HR called him directly with the news and set up his paycheck withdrawal. That was about 2 years ago and he has never broken one or asked for a replacement yet.